Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
Three-man weaving it today. Pierre is not here. He's taking care of some business, but we going to hold down the show.
According to the screen, he's here.
Well, you can still follow him, even if he's not here. Today's episode, we're going to build some fake Giannis trades, talk about my GOAT, Chris Paul, being sent home, talk about last night's games, and so much more. Fellas, how we feeling?
Feeling cold. It's burr. Feel like
I'm feeling good. Actually, I'm feeling great.
What changed for it to be good to great?
Well, it's great, and I wanted to say it on the last linear too, is that it's slick outside. It's snow outside. Y'all know I have a low car. Anytime I'm making it here on time and safely, it's a great day.
How about we change cars? If
I'm
that's
thinking
so
about
much
it.
of a concern.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Sound like you turned into a family man soon.
No, I'm getting a car that's even lower.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You got to drop the mic?
I do. I want to ask y'all, who is the more important X factor for the Cavs' success, Darius Garland or Jared Allen?
Darius Garland. I
think it
it's
is
clearly
him.
Darius Garland because I think he provides so much of a rim pressure, just another creator that can be outside of Donovan Mitchell. And I just think that's so important when you talk about how much of a heavy load Donovan Mitchell already carry offensively. If he could have someone that could alleviate that, not to say Jared Allen's just not alleviating or creating for others and himself. You need to create for Jared Allen in order for him to be impactful. So, I think that having Darius Garland there who can create for others and Jared Allen, I think that just kind of opens up so much more for them offensively.
Yeah, you feel it now because Darius Garland, in the games that he played, you can tell he's still laboring with that toe injury. I mean, even last night, he was like 1 of 12 or something.
Really
crazy
tough
like that.
game for him.
It was a really tough game. You felt it. Everything that Darrick said is true. Like, you want people that can create on ball, and Darius Garland is one of the few people on that roster that can do it. They brought Lonzo in, who's more of a connector than a creator.
He can't hit a shot either.
He can't hit a shot. You know he's not going to get 2 feet into the paint. So it's real tough when they only have Donovan Mitchell. So it's definitely Darius Garland. I mean, we have games where Jared Allen doesn't even play to close, right? Just plays leading up to it. So I'm going to go DG to PG, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think y'all are wrong. I'm going to fight back a little bit for Jared Allen just because you do feel just the overall impact, too, over the course of the game. And I think one of the benefactors that the Cavs have is the double big lineup. Evan Mobley can still give you some great games, but I think you feel the real impact of the two, towers when it's Evan Mobley on the perimeter, switching, and then Jared Allen's down in the rim protector, vice versa. Right now, it's kind of just Evan Mobley holding it down, and you could tell they're missing a little bit of that size.
I feel that. Y'all want to get into some Giannis stuff?
Let's do it.
Because it was a crazy day in the
Very
NBA.
crazy.
I'm trying to rank it, right? It might have been the worst day of being an NBA fan for me.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about the Chris Paul thing, but Chris Paul gets sent home. Giannis might get traded from a small market team. He also goes down with an injury. Luckily, it don't seem like it's that serious. The Bulls lose Noah Sengay, who we going to remember Noah Sengay's rookie season as getting dunked on by Johnny Furphy and then getting bulldozered by Zion and then getting subbed out. And then the Bulls also lost to the Brooklyn Nets. So it's one of the worst NBA days for me. But in this Giannis thing, we got a report from Shams Charania that says Giannis Antetokounmpo and his agent are having conversations with the Milwaukee Bucks about the two-time NBA MVP's future and discussing whether his best fit is staying or moving somewhere else. A resolution on these talks is expected to be coming in the next couple weeks, and they'll see if Giannis will be available via trade before February 5th, which came as not necessarily a surprise, if you will, because nothing that Shams said in this report is new compared to some of the other stuff he said.
Yeah.
And part of me, as sometimes being a bit of my dad's son, is trying to figure out what's a conspiracy or not. It went semi-viral when Brian Windhorst went on radio and said he already requested a trade. And then an hour later, Shams Charania comes out with this report that basically says nothing new. It's just the same stuff that he said 3 months ago. So I don't know where Giannis necessarily lands with the Milwaukee Bucks, but as NBA heads, it's cool to kind of talk about trades.
I've been hearing a lot of the same thing. I had one of my guys that's a Bucks fan. He was mad because the update said breaking news. Giannis basically requested a trade.
And nothing was breaking.
It wasn't broken, but I was telling him it's happening though. Mm-hmm. There was still some belief going into the season that he could, they could show that they could be a legit lineup during some type of window. It seems like it was, 20 around 20 games. Mm-hmm. It just didn't work out. So he knew it was going to happen, but now it's legit happening. We're going to see Giannis potentially on a new team.
Yeah, here the way it's laid out in the report is that Antetokounmpo came into the season being having bought into the championship roster vision by the general manager. Let's be real, Giannis, we knew that roster didn't have championship potential, but basically said he wanted to use the first 25 games into the season to make the decision. We're almost at that point. Let's just talk about trades. Let's just talk about them. Let's try to build them. What teams do y'all think are going to be interested? I think the toughest part about a Giannis trade is that we're seeing in the NBA that depth is the way you win ball games, whether it be regular season and postseason. And in order to acquire a Giannis, in a lot of cases, you have to give up not just one, not just two, not just three, sometimes four real players for you. So you got to figure out, obviously, with Giannis' talent, is he worth giving up 4 rotational spots plus draft capital in order to acquire him now? Or do you wait until the offseason where you can make the trade and then also recoup some of that players that you're
Can I say my favorite team I want to see?
Please.
The San Antonio Spurs.
I have a San Antonio Spurs trade as well.
Him and Wemby is just, it's a combination that I want to see.
And I think the Spurs have the right assets.
What are those assets to y'all? Let's see if we put together the same trade.
I have Harper.
Okay, I do too.
Harper.
Sohan.
Yep.
Keldon Johnson.
Yep.
Harrison Barnes. That's what the Bucks would be receiving alongside the draft capital, obviously, which would be 2 first-round swaps, another Spurs first-rounder, and multiple second-round picks.
2 first-round swaps, 1 first round, 1 official first round, and 2 swaps, and then some seconds. What did you have, Darrick?
Mine is Devin Vassell, Dylan Harper, Harrison Barnes, and the Atlanta swap and a 2029 first-round pick.
Just 2 first round. We talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo? Y'all both only got 1
I think
and 2
the draft
picks?
capital is always like, it could be more for a player like
Yeah,
Giannis.
I just kind of put him in.
It's
I
more so
never
about
know
finding
what
the
they're gonna
players.
do.
The draft capital, I think, is the hardest part, honestly.
I think that out of all of the teams that I put together trades for, the individual asset of Dylan Harper might be the best out of them all.
That's kind of why I didn't put a lot of draft capital, because I'm giving you Devin Vassell and Dylan Harper as well.
I thought about Devin Vassell early in this season being a trade target or like something they could have traded. He's been playing so well, and I like him as a legit perimeter scorer.
If I'm John Horst, that's why I want him. I'm just, hey, man.
Hey, if he
I'm giving you Giannis.
if they want to ask for Devin Vassell and Dylan Harper, or
No, we want both of them. Both of them.
Yeah.
We want both of them. You can keep Harrison Barnes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to give me. You have to give me Castle or Dylan Harper.
And you probably give up Dylan Harper.
I think so.
I think if I'm John Horst, I'd rather have Dylan Harper. I think his ceiling's probably higher.
Yeah. So yeah, if I'm the Bucks, I would definitely much rather have Dylan Harper.
My trade is very similar. It is Harper, it is Jeremy, it is Keldon and Vassell. I got 3 first-round picks and 2 swaps because he's Giannis.
Yeah. I mean, like, I can't argue with none of those picks.
And then now you look at a team that has De'Aaron Fox, Giannis, and Victor Wembanyama with surrounding pieces of Castle. Still have HB. You still have Luke Cornett, who had a game-saving block yesterday. Champagny. You still have a real competent team while giving up 4 rotational players. I like those trades. I want to move on to another team that I had, which is the Miami Heat. They always find a way to be into something.
What do they got?
What do they
cook up a
have?
Heat trade.
You say you didn't build a Heat trade.
No.
They get back Tyler Hero. This is under the assumption that Terry Rozier's contract can't get traded because that's the only way this works. Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier, Kaleo Weir, Kasparis Yakashonis, 3 first-round picks, 2 swaps for Giannis and Bobby Portis.
This is definitely a Miami Heat type of trade. I like this because they definitely going all in. So I'm definitely in favor of this, and I'm interested to see Tyler Hero on the Bucks. That would be fun.
I think he's a Milwaukee boy, ain't he? I think he's from Milwaukee.
He is. I have a trade for the Houston Rockets, but for the Rockets though, this trade failed, but it only failed because the contracts, they can't be traded yet till
like December 15th.
Okay. So like that's kind of why. I have 2 first-round picks: Tari Eason, Fred VanVleet, Doe, and Jabari Smith Jr. And
hey, I need Reed.
I'm not
If
mad.
I'm Milwaukee, I need Reed.
You could have him.
Oh, dang. I mean, hey.
You're going to have to try to sneak a guard back in that trade.
Yeah,
I
I might
think
need a guard back.
If you're going to trade the best player in your franchise history, I think you also need like a staple prospect in it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm
plus draft
throwing in Jabari Smith Jr. with you.
I'm not mad at it.
Staple prospect, Jabari Smith Jr. I mean, like somebody you think can be a star one day.
And you think Reed Shepard has
a higher potential to be a star than Jabari Smith Jr. Thoughts? To be a star. Remember what we said?
Yeah, star. Yeah.
I think his ceiling is higher, but his floor is also lower.
I think neither one of them really are oozing star potential.
I agree. But who has more?
I would go Jabari.
OKC, don't trade for Giannis.
We also didn't mention the Atlanta Hawks, so I feel like it's also an interesting team. When we come back, we'll talk about my goal, Chris Paul being sent home. Stay tuned. The Clippers sent Chris Paul home. I don't know if there's anything else to be said about that. They sent him home in the middle of the night. He went to Instagram to post like he was a wide receiver in NFL, blank screen. They sent me home, peace emoji. And then later we found out it was because he clashed with the leadership there with Tyronn Lue. Apparently he was very boisterous in the locker room about making sure things are okay, and he may have not delivered it the right way, rubbed some people the wrong way. He apologized, but that was not enough. Him and Tyronn Lue were not on speaking terms for a few weeks, and ultimately he was waived.
That speaking terms thing is so crazy to me. Again, and ultimately, my thought is like, what did they expect? Last year, Chris Paul felt like he was on his last legs with the Spurs, and they brought him in and he announced that it was going to be his retirement year. Did they not know this is what Chris Paul does? Chris Paul has always been a winner his whole career. He might not have the ring, but he's always gone to a team and took them to the next step, or, for their franchise, he's always taken them to the next step. This being like this is just not like, it's not going to sit right with Chris Paul. Yeah. He's going to be vocal. He's going to be a vet. He's going to be a leader.
Yeah.
Now I can understand why Tyronn Lue is mad, because he's probably done everything he can to try to get this team to work. And he has Chris Paul saying, I'm like, do this. So I can see where it could be a little bit of a nag, but what did they expect?
I think that's my biggest point of contention for them. Because it's not like Chris Paul is some random guy. He literally played for the organization for a long time. You've known what his leadership style was. And maybe they said to themselves, well, we was dealing with Chris Paul back then because he's one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
Now that he's trash, then what he's saying don't matter. But it's something that you've seen before. And I think what also rubs me the wrong way is that I was patiently waiting to hear the comments from Lue, from Kawhi, from Harden. Not a single one of them said anything of value. Tyronn Lue said, we hated for Chris Paul. We hated that it had to be like this, but a decision that had to be made. James Harden said, yeah, I just woke up and read about it. And then Kawhi Leonard said, I had no idea. It's hard for me to believe that everybody has that. And, of course, they have to give what seems to be the political answer to it all. But I wish somebody would just say straight up, like, man, Chris did this. Because right now, they don't look good, right? Mm-hmm. They don't look good as an organization based on a lot of stuff from this season. I mentioned in my video that the biggest thing marketing-wise for the Clippers this season was Chris Paul. You had the aspiration things over here, and they were saying, no, don't worry about that. We got our GOAT back this season. The whole offseason, all of their Instagram posts is about how Chris Paul is back on the team, and he didn't even last 25 games. Again, he sucks. He's 40 years old. He can't move. He can't shoot. He can't score. He got no leg. We understand that. But it's not that crazy to assume that, because last year, though he played all the games, he wasn't good last year either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And for the Spurs, though, too, think about the difference in just locker rooms. Him doing all that preaching to James Harden and to the older guys is probably not the same to preaching to Devin Vassell and Stephon Castle and Vic. They're gonna take those words of praise. It didn't seem like that for this locker room at all.
Yeah, and also I think it's kind of crazy because when they brought in Chris Paul, they told him he wasn't going to play a lot. So they wanted him to be an extension of Tyronn Lue and be a voice. And I think if he's doing that, why at some point is the accountability taken as why y'all offended by it? Mm-hmm. That was his job. He knew what his job was. I think Chris Paul has always been vocal. Mm-hmm. That's kind of who he is as an individual. He wants the product on the court to be at the best as possible as it can be. The Clippers are playing like shit right now. And even though he can't contribute on the court to fix the problem, he probably knows things that he can say that can help fix the problem. And it seems like no one wants to take up accountability in that locker room.
I think that's the biggest problem, is they not really going to the realization that, like, well, it's a double-sided thing. Again, like I said, this is an older team, and it's hard for them to just be, I think a little bit coachable at this age, especially from a guy that's, again, he's sitting on the bench. This is, again,
I think
know
it's
young
different,
team.
though. It's Chris Paul, though. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's Giannis Haslam.
Whoa, UD.
No disrespect.
I thought about it in a similar way, and I didn't thinking about it in a disrespectful way to Udonis Haslam, but there's never been a time where they were like, we're getting rid of Udonis Haslam because he's like, his voice is bigger than what he's doing on court.
Mm-hmm. But like you saw UD being a voice in that locker room.
He was very impactful from what we understand. And it literally is the GOAT of your franchise, bro.
Yeah.
And shout out to Udonis Haslam, Florida forever, Florida boy. He's not their GOAT.
Yeah.
He's highly respected in that organization, but he's not their GOAT. He's on the tier list. But he ain't Wade. He ain't what Bron. And they still respected him the entire time he was there. For Chris Paul to be there and help you guys be go from the laughing stock of the NBA pre-Chris Paul being a Clipper, for y'all to be respectable every single season, and for him to make all NBAs, for him to make all defensives, for him to hit game-winning shots for your organization, an organization that does not make it out of the first round often. He hit game-winning shots for y'all. It's mind-blowing. And they talk about how not only was he trying to keep the players in the locker room and the coaching accountable, he's trying to keep Lawrence Frank accountable. And one thing I feel like is really tough, our job is to try to follow all 30 NBA teams as closely as possible. But nobody's voice matters more than the people that follow the team on a nightly basis. Mm-hmm. And Clippers fans themselves are done with Lou, and they're done with Frank, because those guys have not been able to accept accountability for their wrongdoings. And things are not good over there right now. They got a win last night. Congratulations. No Trae Young, no Jalen Johnson. Good win. But I don't know, man. It's frustrating as a Chris Paul fan, because it could have just been last year. Last year, he was not good, but he set the goal of playing 82 games at the age of 39, and he achieved that goal.
Yep.
If that would have been his last season, I feel like we all walk away and say, yes, shout out to Chris Paul, legendary career. For it to end like this, because another report comes out that he's not looking to potentially sign anywhere else. That's it. That's it for my GOAT. So for it to end like this is just leaving a bad taste in the mouth. He just posted on Instagram last week about it being his farewell tour. Mm-hmm. He got 2 more games after that.
Yeah.
And they sent his ass home.
I'm thinking about it too, especially with a lot of the players that we watch getting to that point, like a Chris Paul, like the Kevin Durant. We even see it now with Bron, where it's just sometimes you just don't really know when it can all end. So should we not just even be expecting farewell tours like we kind of did?
No, I mean, I think you should, because like I don't think this was something that you could have expected, because like he was on the roster and like he was due for he was on his farewell tour, and like it's kind of just unfortunate that whatever happened in that locker room, it seemed like it just blew everything up. And like that's not something you could predict, and it's kind of. Like, I'm with KB. I'm kind of want to know, like, what did he say?
Oh, I bet we never know.
I want to know what he could have said. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to imagine that he said something that absurd.
It had to be
that
a
it just
build-up.
ruined every relationship in the locker room.
It had to be a build-up over time. Again, the losing, that already in itself was a problem that you having this type of record. What teams, I guess, would you like to see Chris Paul on?
OKC is right on.
None of them. You got to remember what Chris Paul was doing before he signed with the Clippers. He told Jamel Hill that was probably my last season unless I could be close to home. I've been on the road for 20 years. I want to see my kids every day. Mm-hmm. And that's why the Clippers jumping in was like, let's go. We got another year of Chris Paul. I don't believe that teams will be super interested in Chris Paul, but him going from Los Angeles to shift all the way to the other side of the country to OKC or to Milwaukee, who were interested in him before he went to the Clippers, I just don't see it as realistic. I think that he probably recognized this is the end and he'll just stay at home and post shit on Instagram.
Unless he goes to the Lakers.
And I don't think that they would need that.
Yeah.
I don't think they need it.
Yeah, that's probably like the only way
I could see
to really make it happen.
And again, it's a stretch because you're not getting the same production as like you would want.
Yeah.
I could see Timberwolves, they could use a point guard. Again, Chris Paul, he's 40 years old.
He's just not good, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I don't think part of
he
it.
doesn't fit.
Mavericks would be cool, I think, with just a vet in the room.
They got Chris Paul already.
We talking about who, Kyrie?
Ryan Emhart.
I didn't say he got to take his minutes. I just say he could be a voice there.
No, I think that's the problem, though. I just think that he's not talented enough anymore at the age of 40 for teams to want it. Because we know, I mean, we're talking about the negative aspect of it for the Clippers, but we've known Chris Paul to be this vocal guy, to be abrasive his entire career. Your coach, JJ Redick, said that I played for the Clippers and I hated Chris Paul. He was my teammate. His locker room was right next to me. I didn't talk to him. So we've known he's been kind of a jackass in the locker room. And if you are a team acquiring that and not preparing yourself, I don't think it's worth it, personally.
Yeah, I think you do have to have some sort of like thick skin. Certain players aren't meant to be in every locker room. Mm-hmm. And for the Clippers, for them to be going through so much turmoil right now, and it kind of just I think is what Mike said. It was probably just like a buildup of everything from them being bad, from them sucking, and then all of this and then you got him barking at you. Yeah. It kind of just added on to it.
It's unfortunate, man.
And it's just kind of crazy that Tyronn Lue saying that it just didn't work out, and it's just like it could have worked. I don't think I think y'all just chose this route. I think there's a way where y'all could have easily gotten over this and worked it out.
Shout out to my GOAT, Chris Paul. Gone but never forgotten. One of the greatest point guards ever. When we come back, we'll talk about last night's slate of games. Stay tuned. We want to say thank you to our sponsor over at DraftKings. You know all about DraftKings Pick 6 by now. You can pick more or less on different player stats for the upcoming games. Just pick 2 or more different players into your pick set, decide more or less on some statistics, and sit back and see if you made the right decisions. We are in competition with each other. Even though Pierre's not in today, he's in the competition. He texted this morning about which thing he wanted to add to the pick set.
He wasn't gonna miss
I
out
wanted
on
to
the
make a
pick
pick
six.
for him.
I was trying to figure out what we should, if he wasn't going to be here, pick for him so he could lose. The Lions are the Lions. You know,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they could go more or less on any given night. So I'll start off with Keontae George, 20.5 points more versus the Brooklyn
This
Nets.
looked so sweet, too.
I think they brought it down because he had that 0-point game. So it's like, no, he's not doing that. But he's like had 21 or more for like the last 6 or 7 games outside of the 0-point game.
Yeah.
And that's your boy. He's turning into my boy as well. Him and Larry Markin and them over there hooping. So
And
I
they
wouldn't
playing
more.
against the Nets, too. So,
Yeah.
like,
I don't know. The Nets might be good.
Well, that's the thing you like. They keep it close, so he's gonna have to play and put up points.
Nobody's going to defend in this game either. It might be up
yeah,
and
that's
down.
kind of why I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring game. So I think that's a layup for you.
Hopefully, man. I need to get back on that board. Mike, Anthony Edwards, 29.5 more versus the Pelicans. Points.
Yeah, it seems a little high, but he's been on a run, and he honestly just had a 40-point game against them too. He might take 30 shots, right? So I got a strong feeling he's going to get the more on this one. I'm riding with my boy Anthony Edwards.
In that game, he went down with what seemed like an injury. And he's named Ant-Man because he's kind of like a Superman, but also his name. Anytime Anthony Edwards goes down, I never question if he's going to pop back up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of player that Anthony Edwards is. And I was thinking about that with some of the other young guys in basketball, between Tatum. We in good hands. I mean, Tatum obviously is out now with a major injury, but before that, Tatum didn't miss games. He laced him back up tighter. It's like, yeah, shout out to Anthony
Remember when
Edwards.
LeBron used to do that, too?
Yeah.
He used to roll that
until
in.
when?
Nah, he was 1-on-1
Till
with
now.
that.
Until Solomon Hill rolled over on that loose ball, and since then,
Oh, yeah,
Bron has
yeah.
had an injury every single season.
Is that a fact?
I don't know. I mean, it feels like it, right?
It does.
Yeah, it does. Pierre, what he sent in was Chris Middleton more on assists at 3.5. Thoughts?
Kind of a
Cash Money Chris?
interesting piece.
You know,
Interesting.
sometimes you find those players that you want to stay away from.
Chris Middleton, one of those.
Chris Middleton's
I
one of
wouldn't
those
really.
guys.
I would really take Chris Middleton.
Yeah, he's not a name that I would touch, but definitely.
Maybe Pierre knows something
Yeah,
that we don't.
Yeah.
if he's picking him and has some confidence in him, I'm gonna have some faith.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out real quick what his last couple games have looked like, because
Like,
he's not
is
just
he
gonna
out there
say that.
just dropping down?
It's like, what if he's averaging like 10 in the last, and we don't watch the Wizards enough to know. His last game, he had 6. He had 4. He did have a 12-assist game in there. So don't sleep. That was the win against Atlanta, and then 4-2. So
Always been a solid playmaker.
he's always been a solid playmaker. All right, lastly, Darrick, Brandon Ingram, 23.5 more versus the Lakers. A little revenge game. huh?
Yeah, the little revenge game. You know, I love some revenge. So I think this is gonna be one of those games where Brandon Ingram come out there and he set the tone immediately. And you know, it's always fun to get that kid back, even though it's been a few years.
I was
been a
gonna say
long
it's been a
few
minute
years.
now.
Was it
It's been a minute.
2019?
But I feel like players still always want to get their get back.
Okay. Do y'all know, was that at home or on the road?
This is in Toronto.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Drake
Yeah.
beat courtside, baby.
Maybe. No Luka Doncic tonight, so
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting game. And we'll really get to see more about Bron. This is like, show it to us,
Oh,
Bron.
I'm getting scared.
Don't, yeah.
I'm
No,
getting
This
scared.
is gonna be Austin. This is gonna be the Austin Reeves show.
But
You
he
know,
needs a co-star, right?
He does.
he do, but Austin Reeves I feel like Austin Reeves is gonna go out there and go crazy.
Because Bron ain't really came close to 20 yet.
He has.
Hey, but he gonna get that 10.
He gonna
He
get
gonna
10.
get that 10. He gonna get that 10. Even if he got to play a few extra minutes than he want to, he gonna get that 10.
That's I don't think he's gonna have a. He's not gonna miss it. Like that streak's gonna stay alive.
I think that streak is going to go until he's done. I mean, he might pay somebody to intentionally foul him at the end of the day. He going to get that 10. If Bron doesn't have 20 tonight, I'm a little bit afraid for y'all. Like, this is the game he needs at least 20 to be like, oh, yeah, Bron's still cool.
Yeah. What if he got 15 assists?
That's fine, too. When we come back, we'll talk about last night's slate of games. Stay tuned. For those who haven't checked out DraftKings Pick 6 yet, there's an exclusive offer waiting for you. Right now, new DraftKings customers can play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. All you have to do is download the Pick 6 app and use promo code ENJOY when you sign up. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Texas, California, Missouri, so don't be afraid to get in on the action. Ride the upside with Pick 6. I really messed with last night's slate of games. Y'all know why?
Why?
No West Coast games, man. All 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock tip-offs
Yeah.
here in Chicago. So it's like, the games ended at what, 9:30?
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's love. Some of the times the games don't even start. The last game don't start to 10.
Yeah, that happened.
Be
the night
wrapping up
before that.
around midnight.
Yeah, so last night got in bed a little bit earlier than usual. Maybe that's why my energy is a little bit high. I want to talk about Jamal Murray being the king of last night. He had 52 with 10 made threes.
He just be making it look so easy.
Just so
I think-
he's
You know
so
what? I was thinking
effortless
about
with
him, and it made me a little sad because this is, again, he has never been an all-star, and this is one of the years you might look at him to be in that type of, like, trajectory. The guards in the West are still just so tough that it'd still be hard for him to get in, even averaging 25.
25.
Like, you
6,
can't
and
really
4.
ask for more.
But I think he's having such a career year that I think this might be the year that he actually gets the nod.
I think this is the other guy I'm going to mention. If he keeps playing like this, he's a lock. But I just want to, if you have one roster spot left, it don't work that way no more because Jamal Murray's Canadian, so he won't compete against Austin Reeves for a roster spot. But I was going to say, if you have one roster spot left on the All-Star game, who do you give the nod to?
Oh, I would
No. Reed's been playing like all NBA.
Yeah,
all
you're right.
NBA.
He like 28. Jamal Murray at 25. Maybe that's simply just Austin Reeves.
Yeah. It would probably go Austin.
Jamal Murray last night, again, 52 points, 10 made threes. He was just giving them the work. It was the last couple possessions that he scored, he looked at his hand and blew on it because he's so much on fire.
I love the fact that he signed an autograph mid-game. I thought that was cool.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah, someone had took a picture of him signing an autograph in the middle of the game. That's how hot Jamal Murray was, that he was feeling himself so much
I could get away
that
with
he's
this.
went to the side and
bigger-
signed somebody's autograph.
Bigger picture than just Jamal Murray. The Nuggets have just been cruising.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't think they're really worried about being the number one seed in the regular season, but they are the team that you got to watch out for.
Yeah, especially, no Aaron Gordon, so you kind of already
And
expect
Christian
some
Brown.
sort, and Christian Brown. So there's naturally going to be some sort of regression. But when they get those guys back, it's probably just let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
But
you rather
hopefully,
have injuries earlier than later.
yeah, I hope that hamstring from Aaron Gordon isn't something that we see continue to linger because it was something that took him out of the finals in that big, crucial Game 7 where he still tried to play through it.
Second round,
Second round. What did I say?
finals.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Not the finals. But yeah, that second round. So I hope this isn't something that continues to linger and hold him out.
Shout out to Jamal Murray. He's been guarded by Nembhard most of the game, which is his teammate for Team Canada. And a couple times he scored. He patted him on the butt. Good defense. But I still got my bucket.
And it's crazy because Nembhard is he's playing good defense.
Yeah,
He's such a good defender. And I think that's why guys like Jamal Murray and James Harden, even last night, they're just such tough shot makers that it's it don't even make sense. You be looking at it and you be like, damn, he got that off?
Yeah.
And it's crazy to see James Harden do it at his age because you're like, yeah, he's still able to get that off?
Games like this make me think about drop coverage.
Yeah.
Because part of drop coverage is I hope he miss. If the guards shoot off of it, I hope he miss. And Jamal Murray just didn't miss. And it's Tony Bradley, sorry, you getting cooked.
I think drop coverage against a guy like Jamal Murray is something that he wants to see.
Yeah. But
He's
they just
such
don't
a
have any
mid-
options in Indiana. So it's
He's such a mid-range killer that I think running drop against a mid-range shooter is kind of just
You just giving up a big game.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up the Cavs and the Blazers. The Blazers are on a 3-game skid, and they had a big game against the Cavs, and I was a little scared for them because it was a back-to-back too.
Yep.
So those are the ones you could fall. But they fought super hard, and I want to give a shout out to Kamara because he's been picking up on the offensive side, and for Denny to be having a year that he's having, they need the spacing around him and the people that's gonna be able to space and do all that other stuff. Kamara has stepped up. That was a super big win for them. And then for the Cavs side, again, Darius Garland. Darius Garland, super rough game, and you got to give him the leniency because he's coming back from injury, and you want him to be just comfortable for the long run. But they need it kind of now.
I don't know. They kind of scare me.
As in bad. I think they're 5-5 in their last 10.
I'm
Just
questioning.
playing
I'm
average.
starting to question what's real and what's not. Is this really who they are, or is this just the injuries? Because, the part of having such a heavy and talented team is that you always feel like you have a chance no matter what. You're supposed to have a depth to be able to be. They had Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell for a lot of this. They're still supposed to be able to go out there and win games. That's supposed to be a duo that can go out there and get you games. Then now they're sitting at the 6th seed, and they're 13-9 or something like that.
I question
it's
myself.
kind of questionable.
Could they be desperate enough to make that move this before the playoffs? Right? Could they trade a Darius Garland thinking hey, we don't really have it?
I think what they would just put their back foot on is yeah, man, we just ain't all been together long enough, right? I mean, in the grand scheme they have, but I mean, like this season they haven't been together long enough. The numbers of their traditional starting five, again, no Max Strus, so sub him in for somebody else, or at least their big four, is still really good. It makes you feel like that's good enough to win. So I would probably guess they steer like, man, we just need to get healthy. We just need to get healthy. But I don't know if y'all remember, but going into the season, I posed a question to the Cavaliers because the second half of the year, they were good, but they weren't great.
Yeah.
And I was posing the question, are they more like that first half of last year team or the second half? And so far, again, maybe that's because of injury, they're more like that second half, which is like still a 50-win team, just not the 64 wins that they got total last season. So the jury's still out. I want to stick to the Trailblazers because Denny's like free throws per game is
That's literally what I have
I think
pulled up,
there's a
baby.
free
I was
throw.
about to mention that.
Yeah.
And last night he had 17. The game before that he had 15. The game before that he shot 23.
23.
And then in the game before that he shot 14.
Well, he's a bull.
It's like 9.6 a game.
and then percentage-wise, from the free throw line, he's shooting it at 80%.
Yeah.
Look at that volume, and he's shooting it at 80%.
He is a bull, bro. Like, he has really found it out. He has found out his way to just be impactful, even if the shot is not falling. It's really just getting to the rim. He uses that 6'9", 6'10" frame, and he's been almost playing point guard for them at points in time.
It's kind of crazy to think that the player that we saw when he was with the Wizards, he's like completely just like taking 2-3 steps ahead of what he was with the Wizards.
That was super crazy when it happened, but now we look back on it and be like,
y'all had him. They had him.
He's only 24, and they traded him for what ended up being Bub Carrington, who stinks right now. Bub Carrington's bad.
I don't think they saw this version. Honestly, I didn't either.
No.
I'm not gonna sit up here and
Yeah.
act like I'm some
You're right.
savant
Yeah.
and knew that Denny would become an all-star, especially at this rate. But
actually, I feel like when it happened, we were questioning like, y'all gonna trade a lottery pick for Denny? And obviously, it's like, yeah.
He's at 26 right now. I think if they had a little bit more spacing, because I think they're one of the bottom teams in three-point shooting, he could be at 30, man.
What if the lack of spacing is a superpower to get him to 21 free throws in the game? I'm just driving into 4 dudes every possession anyway. I'm gonna get fouled.
Shaden Sharp's now coming off the bench.
Yes,
he's really found his
started.
role.
Yeah, I mean, every time I mention his name, y'all be like, "What about Shaden Sharp?" I'm like, "I don't know." And it seems like
nobody knows.
It seems like 2 coaches have been like, "I don't know."
I like Shaden off the bench though, because he just comes in and he scores the ball. And again, he hasn't shot the ball from 3 well.
Yeah.
But he is an athlete in transition, and again, running up and down, he could get you 20.
Yeah, I guess maybe they don't have a point guard, so like maybe that's kind of why. So maybe when they get a point guard, he does come back, but because Jeremy Grant's now starting.
Yes.
Jeremy Grant was like the 6th man, so
I'm worried about
their whole lineup is just dealing with injuries.
I'm worried about Scoot too. Like, again, there's a lot of names out there, and like Blazers could be a team that makes a potential trade. They could move from Scoot. Honestly, especially with Dame, and now you have Drew Holiday too.
I guess it's possible. I just see him on TikTok dancing every once in a while. He's excited to play for Portland.
No, I'm excited to see him play.
He's excited.
He's excited,
Yeah.
Excited to get back in the swing of things. I want to shed some light on Ryan Nembhard, who I mentioned just a little bit earlier. He has been playing ridiculously well since becoming a starter. He is 28 points last game, 10 assists, and last night he was 15 points, 13 assists, both coming in wins from teams against like the Denver Nuggets and against the Miami Heat. So Ryan Nembhard, undrafted guy, is coming into the team, a team that needed point guard play and just been phenomenal. Cooper Flagg also has been playing amazingly recently. So I don't know. Things are
I
kind of
want to
looking
give a big shout out to Jason Kidd, because Jason Kidd, a few weeks ago at the beginning of the season, said we don't have any guards. And he continued to play with the lineup. He puts Cooper Flagg at the 1. He went Brandon Williams at the 1. He gave D'Lo a chance at the 1. And at some point, I guess he was like, I got to try Ryan Nembhard. And then Ryan Nembhard just so happened to be the goal that struck. And I just think that's amazing. And you heard Klay Thompson and D'Lo. I think Klay said that him and D'Lo sat down with Ryan Nembhard and they showed him his college highlights the day before he started. And then they showed him, it's kind of like, hey, go do your thing.
You can do that here.
Yeah, and
just can't
he went
speed
out there
him
and
up.
he did it.
Yeah, Pierre made the tweet about all of his mannerisms being exactly like Ryan Nembhard.
Oh,
Andrew Nembhard.
Yes.
They just do everything exactly the same.
They
Even
do
the
move
mid-range
alike.
pull-up is similar. And Nembhard had, I guess you got to say the name of the Nembhard because there's 2 of them. Andrew Nembhard, he got a little funkiness to his jump shot and stuff. And Ryan kind of does too. Not exactly the same.
I heard they calling him Nemi.
Nemi? So it's Nembhard
Nemby.
and Nemby.
They both out there looking like Earl Sweatshirt.
All right. That's crazy. When we come back, Actually, let's just keep talking about last night's game because there's a lot we didn't get to. Stay tuned. Again, there was so much going on last night. We want to stick to talking about last night's game. Can I talk about the Bulls just slightly?
We can.
They get a lot of airtime on this show because, damn it, I'm a Bulls fan and I'm one of the hosts up here. I'm going to read y'all their last couple games. They lost to the Miami Heat by 36 points.
That was embarrassing.
Embarrassing loss.
That was a game I was excited to watch, too.
And it was over by the first quarter.
Yes.
They got back on the swing of things when they beat the Washington Wizards by 1. Just the Wizards, the worst.
The one that Vucevic got mad at?
Yes. Then they lost to the Pelicans, a team who at that point was the worst offensive team in the league, by 13. Then they went to Charlotte, lost by 7. They went to Indy, got gamed by Pascal Siakam. Orlando put up a fight against a good Orlando team, but lost by 5. And last night against the Brooklyn Nets, they lost by 10. What team goes against 4 of the 5 worst teams in basketball and loses, and the head coach can just come to work the next day?
I don't know. I heard Josh Giddey kind of talking about it, how they lost a lot of their fight on the defensive end and how they wanted to make that an emphasis. And I thought that's what they did in the first half of that Magic game.
Mm-hmm.
Then all that went out the window.
Yeah.
All that went out the window.
This is the thing that I mentioned even when we started off 5-0. Again, I try to balance between the analytics guy and the eye test guy. The analytics showed you immediately this team was not actually defending anything. They were getting good luck. The opposing teams are shooting 30% from 3 on wide open attempts for the first couple games.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, Bulls are back. No, because as soon as an opposing team shoots a league average, you're going to lose. They have no identity at all. And again, it's not all Billy's fault. The roster obviously is constructed bad. I'm a person that's pro losing games, obviously, but it's about seeing some level of growth in those losses, and we're not seeing that. We had the one good game for Modest a couple nights ago, but before that, Modest was getting benched for Patrick Williams. If we're going to lose games, just let the young guys hoop, and that has not been the case. I don't know. Billy's going to get extended again because the Bulls don't like to. I'm sorry, he's going to keep his job.
They just did that.
They don't like paying 2 coaches at one time. So I don't think Billy's actually going to get fired or anything. But I would love to just see some level of growth for some of the young guys to play through their mistakes. And again, Noah Senge's out. First-round pick, squished between Cedric Howard and Darrick Queen, both guys who look really good as rookies, is Noah Senge, who's played 4 minutes. It's nuts.
It's also like the team. I think what makes me the most mad as a fan is that Chicago has always been like this gritty, tough, defensive type team, no matter if it's the Bears or the Bulls. We don't have that type of fight on this team, and that's kind of something that we're missing. And it's not something that I think we're just going to find right away. We got to find that guy that's going to be willing to go out there and punch people in the mouth.
Yeah.
And we don't have that.
Tough guy on the
and
team.
we don't have no like communicator or like no vocal guy on the defensive side of the ball that's like making sure rotations are tight and stuff like that. Guys are just leaving guys wide open. I watched MPJ yesterday just do whatever the hell he wanted to do on the court.
Bro, he was going to the rim.
He was going to the
One
rim,
night he
Mike,
was just pulling
and
up.
then whenever he was running off screens, he would end up just wide open, or if he did end up wide open, someone else would end up wide open, and it was just like, there's no way MPJ is good, but why are we like sending 2 when he's coming off a screen? It's like, there's no way, y'all, there's no communication, there's no like real effort on a defensive side.
I think that's why it's a slap in the face when you see a report that say, man, they looking for their Pascal Siakam. Man, y'all should be looking for more things than the Pascal Siakam. Y'all are not even close.
Y'all will not be in the Giannis sweepstakes. He definitely don't want to come down. Unless he is the Pascal Siakam.
He is our Pascal Siakam. But no, shout out to the Brooklyn Nets, who've been playing better basketball as of recent. Like a couple wins in their last 10.
MPJ been hooping.
MPJ, Noah Clowney had 20 last night. It's a couple games in a row where Noah Clowney has looked really good. He had 18 the game before that. He had a 30-point game.
Noah Clowney said he wants to make the defenses guard him straight up instead of trying to make him play the game a certain way. And I think that's been his mindset this whole season, and he's been playing amazing, especially when you're talking about a 21st round. I think it was a 21st pick, 21st pick in the draft or something like that. So
they always, when you're a young team like that is losing on purpose, you always just want some sprinkle of light. And a lot of their young first-round picks have not performed well. Danny Wolf had a good game a couple nights ago, but they haven't performed well. But if you're saying the 22-year-old Noah Clowney is a part of our future, bam, we did something there. All right,
your boy Danny Wolf do look relatively decent sometimes.
He's
an Illinois boy too, right? Isn't he?
Yeah,
Crazy
I
set
think they said he went to
size.
Nazareth on the call.
Okay, there we go. All right, well, I'm going to move on to the next one. The Kings lost the basketball game. That's not a surprise. I mean, they lose games all the time. But within that game, there was some sprinkle of hope when Maxime Reynard had 25, 6, and 3. He hit 2 threes.
Yeah.
You know, sitting in a dunker. cutting along the baselines.
That first three was, he hit all glass.
It's fine. So I just, it's not a lot of positive things to talk about when it comes to the Kings, but Raynard has looked good. Zach LaVine played 19 minutes too.
That was like the one thing that it seems like the Kings front office really don't like Zach LaVine at the moment. And so I could see where they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with him. Because, I think paying a dude, I think we were talking about it before, you said he was making $600K a game.
Yep.
To give him 19 minutes, that's just not valuable to the team. So at some point, we're going to have to figure out what we're doing with this. And I was saying maybe they got to do him like Bradley Beal, stretch his contract out and let him go back out in the free agency and let him find a team that he can go to. Because we're not going to pay this dude. I'm not saying we, but the front office don't want to pay this dude $40 million a year to not play.
I think it is fun though. Keon Ellis played 20 minutes last night.
He did.
Y'all didn't watch
man,
this
you got to
game?
work that trade value up a little bit more.
Didn't he do the Tony Snell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
0 for 4 from the field, 0
Oh,
points, 0
no.
rebounds, 0 assists, 2
Trade him.
turnovers.
Hey, at some point, Shane Goon, I think he looked up at that scoreboard and said, Maxime Renal was playing better than me. And then he turned
He turned it up a little bit. I think he had like 14 points going into the fourth quarter. He ended with 28.
Yeah.
Ahmed Thompson, 20, 12, and 7 as well. Okay, moving on to
Can you bring up De'Aaron Fox?
De'Aaron Fox and the San Antonio Spurs get another big win against a good Orlando Magic team, 114 to 112.
This is why they needed De'Aaron Fox. Stuff like this, man. When we going down, he's able to keep them afloat.
They're 15-6 right now, man.
But it's not even just De'Aaron Fox, though. It's, again,
Dylan Harper's back, too.
Yes.
I think the way that they're playing now also kind of represents how they started the season. Vic was insane. Like, he came out the gates running. But the rest of the roster was still pretty good. Like, Stephon Castle has been playing well, and obviously he's out right now, but the young backcourt of Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle, when they have been played, they've been really well. Harrison Barnes has been an excellent vet.
Hey, Harrison Barnes missed the
Julian
I
Champagny, bro,
think he had a bad
shoot.
foul in this one, though.
They have a lot of players. They just, besides Vic, they have a really good roster.
Yes.
I think that when Vic does come back and you see this team at full potential, I wonder how the basketball world is going to be when De'Aaron Fox misses some big shots where they're going to be like, that shot's got to go to Vic. That shot's got to go to Vic.
In that one.
Yeah, it was against the
Because
Warriors.
it's going to happen where he's going to be the one taking a shot, and that's, again, what you brought him in for. And not too long ago, he was one of the best fourth closers in basketball.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, Vic should have got that shot, but I think it's going to be a little bit more like De'Aaron Fox is going to get some more of them shots than I think people think.
I'm loving the play from Dylan Harper, though. I think the way he comes into the game, he just gives them a whole different pace. And I think he plays with this physicality that he's going to the basket and he's going to put his shoulder into you and he's going to really, like, I watched him playing against the Timberwolves and he was just going at Rudy Gobert as a rookie, just like going straight through Rudy's chest, like bucket. And I'm like, that's a 4-time DPOY and he don't care that he's there. And I love that physicality that Dylan Harper is playing with.
Yeah, no, all of those guys are doing well. Really love that Luke Cornett got the big block and then he like pulled a Usain Bolt celebration. like a superhero. I love me some Luke Cornett, man. He really is kind of like Robert Orr.
That's not the Jim Boylan.
Yeah, you got to know Jim Boylan.
That was a tough loss for the Magic too. Like looking at it, you can kind of see the offensive is struggling. And for the most part, I thought their offense was doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Again, without Paolo, I feel like they've been running up and down, like they've been trying to increase pace, and they've been actually getting a couple more. Feels like they've been getting more threes up too. But it's really that half court, and you can see that sometimes they do miss Paolo. They
made a
lot of
run.
just smoke layups in the half court.
They were down 15 at some point with probably like 7 minutes left, and they came back late.
Yeah.
But
And then I just love me some Jalen Suggs. Literally one of my favorite players. But
the
3-on-1 fast break after you get the steal that would have won the game, crazy.
yeah,
But that's just like you have to live and learn.
They had
with
so
Jalen
many
Suggs.
times where they had points where they missed, where it was Anthony Black was missing so many layups. Franz Wagner missed a dunk.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's just like they had
he
so many
did.
points that they just left up on the board, and for them to only lose by 2,
Yeah.
it's like we could have won that. We still could have won that game.
He obviously, Jalen Suggs got some Marcus Smart in him.
Yeah.
Some Dylan Brooks in him.
Yeah.
Where like he plays so hard that sometimes these stupid stuff is gonna happen. You kind of have to live with it as a fan and as a part of the team because he is one of the people on the court that's giving you 27 minutes of just straight
energy. And that's something that team needs.
He's been
so
shooting
like,
the
you
ball
kinda
well, too.
Can't even get mad at him, really.
Milwaukee quickly won against the Pistons with Giannis going down with 3 minutes into the game. Shout out to Ron Rollins. Jericho Sims,
Yep. Career night for Jericho.
Derrick
Closing out
Bird,
over Miles Turner.
and Kevin Porter Jr. When we come back, guess what? More NBA talk, y'all. Stay tuned. So tonight, we got a 5-game slate, and I want us to try to rank them. Let's just see. What's the watchability level for these games for tonight? Starting off with the Warriors versus the 76ers.
This one is interesting just because Maxey has been so damn good lately. So he's kind of made, when he's playing that game, kind of watchable.
Also, no Steph Curry in this one.
Yeah, so
I do
no
wanna
Steph
remind
Curry.
people.
I'm going to probably put this at like a B tier. If Steph Curry was here, I think it would be S because you would have two dynamic backcourt guards going at it.
They do have A
offensively.
Curry, though.
They do have a
They
Curry.
do
They
have
do
a
have
Curry.
A Curry. He
They
can make
do.
some shake.
They do. So maybe I could boop it up a little bit, but nah, I'm going to wait.
No, I'm putting this at like a C.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyrese Maxey might have a good game.
Yeah, that's kind of why I think it's at a B.
Injury report for the 76ers have Oubre out, Watford out, Joel Embiid out, and then Paul George questionable.
PG might be able to play.
Yeah, but I'm thinking C to D tier. It's a game I'm watching, but it ain't one of the ones I'm super excited about. That's
Okay.
all. With no Curry, man, the Warriors is just, I mean, they did have a good fight against OKC a few nights ago, but it's not the greatest.
Jerry McCain's starting to get his rhythm going, so maybe we get a big game from him.
All of the cool things may come from the 76ers side.
Yeah, I don't.
Even if they lose. I don't
Yeah.
know. Next, we got the Celtics versus the Wizards.
Now this one could be a little boring. I ain't gonna lie.
Jaylen
'Cause
Brown is
Brown's
doubtful.
Out. He's doubtful. He's expecting not. So I'm gonna probably go D tier for this one. This is not a game that I'm super excited to watch.
We're not starting off so hot.
Yeah.
Unless we get a crazy Peyton Pritchard game, then
It's
this
possible.
This may go up because he is playing the Wizards. So his value is about to go up. So Peyton Pritchard might be must watch
You
tonight.
see how he talking himself
Yeah,
into the
he-
game?
he-
No,
really is.
Peyton Pritchard may
What
be
are
must-
you grading it?
I'm gonna give it a C.
Wow.
I'm gonna give it a
You
C.
are the most, I wish I had you as a professor, brother. You are the most generous grader ever.
Peyton Pritchard may make this game worth tuning into.
So you telling me at 6 o'clock, you going to sit at your desk and be like, let's go Peyton Pritchard.
Yes.
Real P squared of Boston, you see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they going to mess with that. They mess with they Paul Pierce, though.
I think this game, on paper, not saying that it won't be good, it's bad.
This is a D. D minus.
Yeah.
Stop playing with Peyton Pritchard, man.
Peyton Pritchard, that's the
He just gave them Cavs the work.
He did. He did give him 40. So maybe Darrick was right here. All right, next one we guys are Utah Jazz versus the Brooklyn Nets.
Hey, I get to see my boy Keontae, so I'm going to say C.
The way what MPJ did to the
MPJ
Bulls
has been-
yesterday, I don't know. This might be a good game.
I'm
But
so happy you're the most optimistic guy on the panel.
I'm going to go D, though.
Okay.
I'm going to go D.
I really like watching
This-
Utah Jazz, though.
This may be a high-scoring game. Like, it may be. We may get like 30-plus from MPJ and 30-plus from Keontae George, and it's just like this crazy high-scoring game that could be very fun to watch.
Too
But other-
optimistic for me for the Brooklyn Nets.
I just think there's a lot of offensive potential here.
Okay.
They are coming off a win against
They are
the
coming off
Bulls.
a win. Back-to-back situation, so I don't know. All right,
They're young,
that
though.
one
They're
that one's
young.
bad, too. I'm giving that a D tier. Lakers versus Raptors. In this one, we have no Luka Doncic, no Marcus Smart, no RJ Barrett, no Jakob Poeltl.
Coming out party for Bron?
That's why I'm holding my hat. If Bron does not have a good game, it's going to be conversation.
What if he has an amazing game and out of expectation they're like, he
He
can
has
do
to
that
do
tonight?
his, he has
He
to do
dropped
his
30 or
regularly.
something?
Yeah.
I think he is a lose-lose situation.
No,
Either you set the expectations too high or we out on him.
Yeah.
he got to do it just right.
He gotta
Like
put
I
up
say,
22.
He might not have no game where he got 20, 30, but if he has a game where he's doing the old school Magic Johnson stuff and he has like a double-double and he's got 12, 13 assists, like he can still show the flashes. He can be impactful.
I'm giving it like a B tier, though.
I'll give it a B. Brandon Ingram has been playing great. Scotty Barnes has been great. So as long as Austin Reeves and LeBron show up, it should be a good competitive game.
Last game of the night is Minnesota at New Orleans.
I think Anthony Edwards and them, they're going to come out and spank that ass. They let them stick around a little too comfortably in that last
Overtime
game.
game, right?
Yeah, that game with the overtime. So I think Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves should be locked in a little bit
No
more.
Poole, no Missy, no Jones, no Zion.
A lot of injuries today too.
Zion's especially going to miss.
It's not
a
the
lot
best,
of time,
not the
yeah.
best day for basketball, but you know,
Anthony Edwards makes this like a C tier for me.
Oh, yeah. Anthony
And
Edwards.
Derrick Queen, B tier. Derrick Queen's there, too.
Derrick Queen
This
has
is
been
C.
good.
To see. Trey Murphy the third, B plus.
B+? You gonna keep adding names?
Rob Dillingham, A+.
Jose Alvarado
Why you
definitely.
lying?
Jose Alvarado definitely gonna increase this.
That's been another great episode of Numbers on the Board from Mike, from D Mills, from Kenny Beach, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.